Brittany! Hello. Can you hear me okay? Because I guess last time I was having mic problems. Yeah, we good. Cool. I was really paranoid about that. I'm also paranoid about no one showing up again like last time. It's so hot in here, Brittany. Sweating so much right now. Okay. Evil! Hey, Evil. How you doing? You can fix that? Do you have a fan? Well, I do. And I had it on during my last stream, but I listened back to it, and you can, like, it was pretty loud in the background, and I'm gonna be reading stories, so I don't wanna, like, drown out my voice with my fan, so, yeah. Just sharing this stream real quick. So I would have my fan on if I was doing like a gaming stream or something, but just try to tough it out, I guess. You just shared your stream? Oh, thank you, Evil. You shared my stream. Evil, I just saw your tweet. Did you get copyright claimed or something, Evil? Why do you keep getting copyright claimed? Hey, Alec. How you doing? I'm sharing my stream out on all my social media platforms, so that's why it's kind of quiet. Okay. It was a false claim that was removed. Like from like reading a story or something. I hope that never happens to me, because I wouldn't know how to deal with that if that ever happens to me. About to eat some sushi. I've never had sushi before, and honestly, I don't know if I'd ever want to. It's like, no offense to people who do like it, but sushi just looks really gross to me. Richard, hello. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Crimson Whispers, hello. Thank you for joining, Crimson. I'm good. I'm having a good day, Crimson. Shredder Raptor. Did I pronounce that name right? Shreddo. I know who you are. It's just I don't think I've ever said your name out loud before. But anyway, hello Raptor. PA. Hey, how you doing? Just switched to my channel's account. I have something in my eye. Come on, man. So if any of you are wondering why I'm streaming so early, because normally I don't stream this long, but Joel, or Let's Read, he's streaming tonight, and I don't want to miss his stream if I stream later in the night. So you guys can thank Brittany. She was the one who convinced me to stream right now. She's my manager. She's my official manager. Actually, so I don't know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in this room. I'm so hot right now. I don't want to turn a fan on though, because then it will drown out my voice. Yeah, close enough. And Raptor or Rick is fine. And so Rick is your name? Well, hello, Rick. Rick the Raptor. Rick the Rapper. Rick the Rapping Raptor. Brittany, you're doing amazing. You're the best manager ever. Alec, do you think I should try sushi? Is it worth trying? Isn't it like raw fish or something like that? Nothing wrong with streaming with others. Jensen streams during mine. Oh, Crimson, you're in the UK? I didn't know that. Where in the UK are you at? Also, so my birthday isn't until February. So like 6 months from now. But I'm gonna be 20 in February, so I obviously won't be able to drink alcohol yet. But I came up with a great idea for a birthday stream I could do. I think I already told Brittany about it, because there's a store where I live in my town where they sell like these crazy different flavors of soda, like grass flavored soda and mayonnaise flavored soda and all that. It's really gross. I was thinking I was gonna do something like that from a birthday stream. Just try different types of soda flavors, like really gross flavors of soda. So if I do that, then you guys better be there, because I would be torturing myself for you guys. So it's an acquired taste, and not all sushi is raw. That's a misconception. You can get cooked sushi. I don't think I've heard of cooked sushi before. I mean, I would rather try cooked sushi, honestly, than like normal sushi. You sound so innocent. I mean, I sound like I'm probably 12 years old. I have the voice of a 12-year-old, I feel like. I just have that soft kind of voice that makes me sound like I'm like 12, you know? Evil, why do you think Jensen hates you? Dude, Eric is like the sweetest guy ever, which is Jensen. He's like the sweetest guy ever. Why would he hate you? Okay, so I'm gonna read some stories here in a couple minutes. I like to wait a couple minutes to give people time to come in. So I'm still nervous. This is only my second narration stream, so I'm still like super nervous. Nothing wrong in sounding innocent just means you can get away with more things. Oh my gosh. Crimson, you're awesome. Also, I don't know if any of you guys know the game Fall Guys. I guess it's a new game that just came out. I was gonna stream that game probably sometime this week. I'm gonna buy it on my computer. It seems like a really fun game, so hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty popular game right now. It's less of a scary realm to try it because I know the idea of raw scares people away, but then again, I'm one of those guys who would try anything. I mean, I have no issue trying new foods. I mean, I admit I'm a really picky eater, but I've always been open to like trying new foods. So it just kind of surprises me that I've never tried sushi before. Also, one of these times, I've been thinking about one of these times turning on my webcam on my computer for you guys. I don't know how that would turn out because I hate being on camera, but I've been thinking about doing it. I don't know what I'd do to show you guys my cat, probably. Do you guys have like a certain time you'd want me to stream? Like during a day like this, or do you guys prefer like later streams in the night? Or maybe you don't care? Just thought I'd ask you guys' opinion on that. Do whatever you're comfy with, don't feel like you have to. I might. I mean, what's in sushi anyways? Like, or is there like any specific thing like that's in sushi other than like fish stuff or seafood stuff? You have a beautiful face. Plus, I want more Zola. I promise, Evil, I'll get you more Zola. She has the sweetest face ever. She has the sweetest mustache ever, too. Okay. Probably gonna start reading here soon. Also, this stream probably isn't gonna be as long as my other ones. I'm only reading like 4 stories, so it's not even that many stories. So I'm sorry about that. I'm not even gonna be reading very many stories. But I figured it's been a while since I've actually read stories, and I figured I should do more narration stories to help me feel less anxious about it, since I still feel like kind of nervous doing like live narrations like this. Lots of veggies. Sushi is like 25% rice, 25% veggies, and 50% fish. Really? I actually didn't know that. I don't know what I thought it was filled with, but I didn't know it was filled with veggies. I'm actually really surprised about that. Fat boy. Hello, lean fat boy. How you doing? I'm about to do some reading, or attempting to at least. I miss you reading. Just remember to relax and breathe. I'll try to, Evil. Also, one thing I'm doing a bit differently is that I'm gonna read them on my computer this time I'm gonna read them on my computer, because last time I was reading them on my phone, so oh my gosh, my voice is shaky. That's not good. So hopefully if I read them on my computer, it'll make it easier. I'm still trying to figure out how to do this, honestly, because I went like 2 months without doing any sort of narrations, because I basically took a break from my channel for like 2 months. Okay. I gotta turn on the rain noise now. I'm still figuring out how to do this. Oh my gosh, I need to figure out a faster and easier way to do this, man. Click. There we go. I just shouted you out on my Discord channels and Twitter. Oh, thank you, Crimson. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. What mic am I using? I'm using a 5-fine T669. It's a USB mic. Okay, gotta get the stories pulled up here. Also, the authors of the authors of the stories are in the description of the stream, so I still want to give them credit for that. Just relax, breathe, and take it at your pace. I'll try to. I gotta pull up the stream here on my iPad real quick so I can still see you guys' comments. Okay, so I have the first story. Also, I did read these stories beforehand. Well, I don't know if I pre-read all of them, but a couple of them I pre-read beforehand. Just, I don't know, just for practice, I guess. Oh, thank you, Evil, thank you. I don't think properly when I'm nervous. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you, Evil. There we go. Okay. Click. This happened a few years ago, in my old one-person flat. I had a strange feeling that something wasn't right for a few days. Like, I was sure that food in the fridge was less than I put back the last time. I found pillows from my couch on the floor, and stuff like that. I lived alone back then, so there wasn't anyone else with access to my flat, or so I thought. Well, one night I woke up around 1 in the morning, sweating, and even though I didn't remember, was sure I woke up from a nightmare. Since I was drenched in sweat, I decided to take a shower, So I put my phone up in the bathroom for music, turned on the water, and enjoyed my shower. A few minutes in, I heard the door move. I never closed it, but it still never moves. I was doing okay there for a sec, man. I took a look at the shower curtain and saw a shadow against it. And look at my phone. What? Man, I was kind of doing okay there for a minute. A few minutes in, I heard the door move. I never closed it, but it still never moves. I took a look at the shower curtain and saw a shadow against it. And the look at my phone confirmed someone was there, since I could clearly see a reflection in my screen that showed someone standing next to the shower curtain. It took me a lot not to scream and to keep acting like I didn't notice anything while silently taking the shower head off the holding and turning the water all the way to hot. I am still kinda impressed of that quick thinking. Our water got really hot when you cranked it all the way to hot, and a few seconds later, steam was raising and the water hurt my feet, flowing to the drain. I turned around and ripped the shower curtain open and held the shower head at the person behind. It was a woman. She screamed in pain. I whacked her in the face with the shower head and jumped out of the shower and ran to the door, taking the key out of the lock and locking it closed behind me. A little later, man, I'm stuttering now. A little later, she started to bang on the door, but the door didn't give. I called the cops and went to the kitchen to get my big kitchen knife, just for safety. I felt like my throat was closing up when I saw it missing, and realized there's only one place where it could possibly be right now. The police came and arrested the woman, who turned out to have been the former person living in the flat, and was evicted after not paying rent. Seems she made a copy of the key and came into the flat when I was at work, and sometimes at night. It's possible that what woke me up in the first place was her, and honestly, I don't even want to think about it. Ever since then, I always insist that the locks are changed when I move into a new place. Holy crap, man. I'm actually pretty impressed with myself right now. I'm so sweaty. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in this room. Oh my god. Hey, Crest. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm really busy today. Just wanted to stop by and say hey. Well, thanks for stopping by. Glad you could come by for at least a little bit. That was also a really short story. I think next time I need to work on finding longer stories, because oh my gosh, I think all these stories are pretty short. I really need 2 monitors, man. It's hard doing this with this one monitor. Okay. I'm just getting the second story pulled up here. Dude, where is it? Don't tell me they deleted it. Because I hate it when that happens, man. What the hell? Where's the story? Dude, I just messaged this person. Oh my god, I hate it when this happens. I literally just messaged this person. Where the hell is the story, man? This has happened more than once, where I message a person asking to read their story, and they tell me yes, and then I look for the story to read it, and it's gone. It's like they just deleted it. And that happened a couple days ago. I actually found a story on here that I really liked, and I read it through like twice because I actually really liked it, and I was going to read it for you guys. And then I looked for it, and it was just gone. So they must have deleted it, and that really makes me sad because it was a story I really liked. Okay. It's playing hide and seek. Either that or I'm just blind. Which I hope that's not the case because I just got new glasses. Okay. I guess we move on to the other story. I really need to plan these streams out better. There we go. Okay, here's the next story. Oh my god. It's another really short one. I'm reading a lot of short ones today, apparently. That would be a dick move if they deleted the story after you got permission. Yeah, it really is. And that's happened multiple times. Like, even before I started streaming, back when I was just making normal videos, like, I asked someone permission to read their story, and then I go back to look for the story to, you know, record it, and it's gone. It's like they just deleted it or something, and it makes me so mad. Like, who does that? Next time, save the story to read. That way it can't disappear. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I need to do that next time. Just copy and paste it to Google Docs or something, I don't know. You like, I like short stories, matches my attention span. Fear crawler. And thank you for joining the stream, by the way. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Matches my attention span. A post I read a few days ago inspired me to share this. This was about 15 years ago, back in 2005. I was 12 years old and in 7th grade. MS? What's an MS? Wow, hold on. MS? I don't know what MS stands for. Okay, well, I don't know what that means, but at our MS, we had to do something called exploratory classes. There were like 8 of them, designed to introduce you to different fields. I think the idea was to help decide what electives you wanted to take in high school. Most of us thought the whole thing was stupid and hated the classes. All of us girls hated one class in particular. The teacher had an unsettling habit of trying to look down the shirts of female students. It was so bad that even though his class was the first in rotation at the beginning of the year, we all wore sweatshirts in his classroom. We didn't dare ask for his help because he would lean down uncomfortably close to you and put his hand on your shoulder. Of course, if you were unlucky, he'd come over to check on you and do this anyway, especially if you'd forgotten to wear a sweater that day. I was competent in that class and was well how do you say that word? Endowed? Endowed. I was competent in that class and was well endowed, so he came over to check on me and compliment my work a lot. This teacher was also the coach of one of the athletic teams, and at the beginning of the season, he would take all the girls on this team out to eat at a fancy restaurant and tell them to dress up. He would also single out whichever girl he thought was the best at the end of the season and take her out alone. I still cannot figure out why girls kept joining the team. Probably because with sports in our school, you couldn't join high school without a sign-off from the MS coach. I never said anything because I was a rebellious arts kid and I didn't think anyone would believe me. I can't say why nobody else said anything. In 2005, we really didn't talk about what to do in those situations. I'm so happy we've progressed to a point where girls can call out behavior like that. I wish I'd said something back then. That was really a gross one. Dude, you're a shitty person if you do stuff like that, honestly. Like, people like that just deserve to get punched in the face, honestly, in my opinion. Creepy Nights. Hey, Creepy Nights, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. I looked up MS and all that came up was Masters of Science. Well, judging by this story, it sounds like maybe that's what they were talking about. Also, I have a story here from another narrator. He sent it to me on Discord. I think it's a story he wrote. And I told him I would read it, so. Hold on. I've never even opened it yet. Okay, well. Who's it by? Mr. Demon to you. He's not, he has about the same subscribers as me, so I don't think he's in the chat right now. You're doing a great job with the stories. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, PA. Or Dustin. Your name's Dustin, right? Is it okay if I call you Dustin? I'm just trying to find another story. So. This is a bit of a longer one, it looks like. Honestly, this encounter totally slipped my mind. It happened when I was really young. At the time, I was about 7 or 8, so I didn't fully understand what was going on, and the whole thing just sort of slipped my mind. But I had a flashback of it a couple days ago, when I came across one of the posts on the subreddit, and I felt pretty sick when I remembered it. I mean, I was just a kid. When I was younger, I was at this fabric store with my mom. The store was relatively big for a shop that sells fabrics. It was about the size of an entire one grocery. It was the size of an entire. Oh my gosh, I can't say this sentence. It was the size of an entire one-story grocery shop. I don't know if it's that big, but compared, I'm not gonna say that actually. It's just a random. I normally don't say sentences like they're in parentheses and all that. It had really big glass windows and a glass door, so you'd basically be able to see the parking lot. While my mom was looking for some specific fabric, I asked her if I could look around for a bit, and she said that I could, as long as I don't go too far. I knew my way around the shop because we've been there many times before, so it wasn't a big deal. I just liked to go around and see what kind of pretty stuff I could find. I didn't go too far away from my mom. It was probably two to three rows away from her. Like, she'd still see me if I waved at her or yelled that. I'm stuttering. Oh my gosh. I was doing so good, man. God damn it. And I lost my spot. I didn't go too far away from my mom. I was probably 2 to 3 rows away from her. Like, she'd still be able to see me if I waved at her or yelled a bit loud or something. Now that I think of it, I vividly remember how I was looking at this lace chiffon piece when I looked up at the glass window by the door to see this guy standing there smiling at me. He must have been in his mid-20s, or maybe even early 30s. I don't know how I wasn't absolutely terrified at the moment, I don't know how I wasn't absolutely terrified at the moment. Thinking of it now, it's like it was straight out of a fucking horror movie. I was just staring through, confused. I wondered if it was someone I knew. No, it couldn't be. I knew that I couldn't recognize him at all. While he was staring at me, he simultaneously put his hands... Oh, that's really gross. He simultaneously put his hand in his pants and... Oh my gosh. That threw me off. That is really fucking gross, man. While he was staring at me, he simultaneously put his hand in his pants and kept his hand there for a bit before taking the whole thing out. I felt my heart sink to my stomach, and I just remember feeling really scared. He was doing all that while having a smile plastered to his face. At that point, I knew something was off and ran back to my mom. I didn't really tell her about it, although I really wish I did. I didn't know any better at the time, but I really wish we could have had that motherfucker in handcuffs behind bars. I was just really, really weirded out by it at the time. I just don't know how someone could do that in public to a kid. Moral of the story is keep an eye on your kids because you never know what could happen, even if you're visiting a familiar place. I don't know, I guess I just need to let this out somewhere because I never talk about this with anyone. Oh my god, that was really, that was a fucked up one, oh my god. I did not see that one coming. Wow. Oh my, it disgusts me how disgusting people are, honestly. Like, why would you do that to a fucking kid? It's so gross, man. And, like, people like that deserve to honestly be locked up for... The way I see it, if you do something like that to a kid, you deserve to be locked up for, like, the rest of your life. I'm sorry. Guys, fuck, I feel bad. I didn't know it was gonna be that type of story. I really didn't. I didn't read through this story beforehand. I'm so sorry. That was a messed up one. I don't even know if Joel has read stories that gross before. I really don't. Fuck, I feel bad. Well, we're all here to experience new things together, I guess. Knowing Blues, he won't give up on something. Aw, thank you, Evil. Hey, I got a creepy clown story. You guys want to hear a creepy clown story that's hopefully not as disgusting as that last one? Actually, I'm gonna skim through it real quick just to make sure. And also, just so you guys know, all these stories I'm reading, I made sure to get permission on all of them first. Crystal Trinity! Hello, Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. You sent me a message above. If you're uncomfortable, move on to another story. I mean, I might. It might just depend on what the story is, honestly. Oh my. Brittany, you hate clowns? Well, now I have to read this story. This story is dedicated to my manager, Brittany. Brittany, this clown story is for you. We're just gonna go for it. I don't know what kind of story this is. I have no idea what it's gonna lead up to. We're gonna go on this adventure together, guys, okay? Brittany, this one is for you, okay? Creepy clown, would love to hear a creepy... Oh, you mean creepy clown girl? I don't know if she's ever been to any of my streams before, honestly. It's so hot in this room. I can honestly say you've got a gentle voice with a hint of witty fun. Oh, thank you, Crystal. That means a lot. You're making me smile so much right now. You're so sweet. Brittany, you're in for it. So, in 2016, there were a lot of clown sightings, especially in the US. This never really bothered me, as I'm not afraid of clowns, and I guess I found it kind of funny. Plus, I live in Canada, and it didn't seem like this was an issue here. In the summer of 2016, my friend and I, both teen girls, decided to sneak out and ride our bikes to the beach. There was supposed to be a meteor shower, and we thought we might want to jump in the lake for fun, so we had towels and a whole setup with us. It was about 3 a.m. on a weeknight, and the beach was entirely empty, aside from one small group having a fire way down on the other side of the beach. We went swimming and were just sitting on the beach drying off. Both of us were having a good time, excited we had snuck out successfully. At this point, the bonfire group had left and we were alone. We were suddenly startled by the sound of faint footsteps, but we couldn't see anyone in the dark, and figured maybe the other group had come back for something they left behind. Until we saw an outline of a person walking down the shore from the opposite direction. We watched as they started getting closer, and we could see a tall figure stumbling down the beach and wearing a full clown suit, red shoes. I don't know why this is making me laugh. Brittany, are you liking this story, Brittany? You better be. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I got distracted. We watched as they started getting closer, and we could see a tall figure stumbling down the beach wearing a full clown suit, red shoes, a rainbow wig, and a mask. I thought this was funny, and I figured maybe some drunk dude was coming back from an event in the city. But my friend started to panic and said, where did they come? Wait. But my friend started to panic and said, where did they come from though? There's no buses running this late and it's a Tuesday night. I started to get nervous too because we were alone. Our parents didn't know we were out and we still had all of our stuff out of our backpacks. I agreed to pack up with her and call it a night. As we were packing up, I looked over to see the clown, now steadily walking quickly in our direction. We stood up to grab our bikes, and the clown let out a loud wail and began to fully sprint towards us. We were both so scared, and it felt like my heart was going to jump out of my chest. We clambered onto our bikes, and I yelled to my friend to ride home. We clambered onto our bikes, and I yelled to my friend to ride right home and text me when she got there. We went in opposite directions, pedaling as fast as possible, and when I looked over my shoulder, I saw the clown sprinting full speed behind me in a maniacal Naruto run. That's a rather funny image I just got in my head there. Naruto run it. Oh my gosh, why am I laughing at that? This isn't supposed to be a funny story. We went in opposite directions, pedaling as fast as possible, and when I looked over my shoulder, I saw the clown sprinting full speed behind me in a maniacal Naruto run until they came to an abrupt stop at the road across from the intersection. I didn't look back until I was far down the road, and when I turned around once more, the clown was gone. My friend and I got home safely, but both ended up getting caught for sneaking out. We never told our parents about the clown. We snuck out many times after that, but never went back to that beach. I can't help but be a bit more scared of clowns to this day, and I still wonder what would have happened if we stayed on that beach. This picture of a clown, this Naruto running towards you, you know. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna come get you. I laugh at the stupidest things. Brittany. I don't like anything right now. Brittany, I'm just messing with you. I love you. I love you, Brittany. You're my clone. I have to love you. Brittany, we're all gonna... Everyone give Brittany a hug right now, okay? Brittany needs a hug, guys. Give her a hug. It's so hot. God, I'm sweating so much. Evil, your cat is an asshole. Brittany, don't bring that up. You're gonna make me start laughing again. Brittany, don't do that. Don't do this to me now, Brittany. Oh my god, I want the cat. I'm gonna say this, guys. I am gonna be making a merch store soon, and you guys are in for a good merch store. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna say anything else. Oh my gosh, Brittany knows what I'm talking about. Trying to find another story here. I mean, it wasn't as bad as that last one though, with the guy messing with this thing. I think we can all agree that clown story was Brittany's favorite story of the night. What story am I on? I don't even know what story I'm on. Have any of you guys been keeping track of how many stories I've read so far? Because I've lost count. That's probably not good. I don't even know how many stories I've read. BRB? Okay, evil. Brittany, you know I have to mess with you a little bit, Brittany. That's my job, okay? I have to do it a little bit. Brittany, are you calling me mean? Brittany, you're not a bad manager. Brittany, I fucking love you, Brittany. You know that. Brittany, I'm just messing with you. I mess with you because I love you, Brittany. You're the best manager ever. I wouldn't want anyone else to be my manager. If any of you guys want Brittany to be your manager, hook her up. She's a great manager. This just happened a few days ago. I live with my parents in a small town in a rather rural. I can't say that word. Rural. I can't say that word. Oh my gosh, I can't say that word. Rural area. I just can't pronounce that word. In a rather grassy area. Did I just say grassy? I'm just gonna say grassy. In a grassy area. This just happened a few days ago. I live with my parents in a small town in a rural area. My dad is into astronomy, and he wanted to take my mom and me to watch the stars with him at around 11 p.m. I like night walks, and I felt safe because there usually aren't any people around in my street at night, and my parents were there with me, so I decided to walk maybe around 50 miles ahead of them to enjoy the silence at night. My dad told me to go to a nearby field. For that reason, I had to leave the town and with the street. Wait, I'm confused. What? My dad told me to go to a nearby field. For that, I had to leave the town, and with that, the street. What? Why is this sentence so confusing? And with that, the street. Wait. What? And with that, the street with lights. That makes no sense. I'm not even gonna read that sentence because this sentence literally doesn't make any sense at all. I think you and Blue Phantom would be great assets to our volunteer channel. We are a whole family of teammates. We support each other. Take it slow and calmly. I'm trying to. I really am. It's just. Sorry, I thought my dad just called me. Sorry, I thought my dad was calling me. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna start this story over. Dude, what? This just happened a few days ago. I live with my parents in a small town in a rather rural area. My dad is into astronomy, and he wanted to take my mom and me to watch the stars with him at around 11 p.m. I like night walks, and I felt safe because there usually aren't any people around in my street at night. And my parents were with me, so around 50 miles ahead of them. Meters? Ah, I'm stupid, whatever, man. I decided to walk ahead of them, so. I like night walks, and I felt safe because there usually aren't any people around in my street at night, and my parents were with me, so I decided to walk ahead of them to enjoy the silence at night. When I first entered the dark area, I immediately sensed that something was wrong. I had a very bad gut feeling. I looked around and saw nothing because it was too dark, so I headed back towards the street lights and waited for my parents to arrive. We went back to the dark area, and soon I saw a man walking towards us. It was completely dark, but when he was about wait. Man, I'm struggling with this story, to be honest with you. Evil, can you check your Instagram DM? I'm gonna DM you something. It's a really stupid question, but Evil, I DM'd you something. If it decides to send. I feel really silly asking it, but it's not sending. Come on, send. I'm sorry. I've been doing so good. This story is a struggle for some reason. I just sent it to Evil, but it's still sending for some reason. I don't know why it's not sending. My phone is stupid. Dude, it's not sending. Okay, well. Oh, there we go. It's sent. Why is everyone retracting their messages? Am I missing something here? Why are you guys retracting everything? You guys hiding things from me? You guys are being sneaky. Zoom it out a little. Well, me and Evil are trying to resolve a problem here on this story. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? It's really hot in my room, so. Yep. It's so hot in this room, man. I'm sweating right now. Oh, Halloween Project. I didn't see you there. Hey, man. If you're still here, then hello. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Evil. Okay. Okay. Oh, I got that taken care of. Anyway. Brittany! No, Brittany, don't start this, Brittany. Stop. Brittany, I'm trying to remain focused here. I'm trying to read these stories. Do you want me to lose my focus, Brittany? Because if you do, then it's your fault. Hey Deb, how you doing? Deb is here. Hey Deb. I need to stop taking such long pauses between these stories. When I first entered the dark area, I immediately sensed that something was wrong. I had a very bad gut feeling. I looked around and saw nothing because it was too dark, so I headed back towards the street lights and waited for my parents to arrive. We went back to the dark area, and soon I saw a man walking towards us. It was completely dark, but when he was around 2 miles away, he pulled out a flashlight and he aimed it directly at our faces, so we couldn't see anything. It was weird, but we didn't think much of it. For a better sight of the night sky, we went to a path far away from the main road, so you could still see the road where we met the guy. Suddenly, he turned on his flashlight again and directed it at us again, even though we were about 50 miles away now. I saw him turning around and walking towards us again before he turned off the flashlight. Soon after, I heard him approaching us on that small path we were on and told my dad I want to leave. We started walking back and I heard the guy turning around too. He walked in front of us the entire way back to the town. When we reached our house, we saw another similar looking guy walking in the other direction. Essentially, nothing bad happened, but my mom and me both had a really bad gut feeling, and the fact that there's a series of burglaries going on in our street doesn't make it much better. That was creepy. I would hate to have a guy shine a flashlight in my face. Sorry I took so many pauses in between that story, by the way. Me and Evil were DMing each other about something because I was having trouble with something in the story. What are you guys saying here? I'm sorry, no more cat jacket talk at the moment. Oh my gosh, Brittany, you're hilarious. Oh, Jennifer, hi. I didn't see you. I don't know how I didn't see you. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer, I'm sorry. I didn't see you. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Oh my god. Jennifer, hugs. I'm so fucking sorry. Please don't hate me, Jennifer. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to find another story here. Okay. Here's the next story. Another story that involves a creepy guy. All these stories I'm reading tonight involve creepy guys, apparently. Wow, this is definitely a longer one. Oh, Hardy, hey Hardy, how you doing? I'm sorry, I need to do a better job at keeping up with the chat. Hello, Hardy. Thanks for coming to the stream. I don't do live readings because it's an absolute train wreck when I do. Well, I mean, I get that, you know. It's just, I started live readings because I don't really like making normal videos anymore. I just don't have the energy to sit down and record and edit the audio and then edit the video together and all that. I just kind of enjoy doing live readings like this more. And plus I get to interact with you guys while I do it, and I think that's pretty cool, you know. My outtakes are epic. I'm a creepy guy. Hardy, no, you're not. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. The creepy rich guy. Rich guys do tend to be creepy though. So. This incident happened about 5 years ago, and I'll never forget it. I was out in the city drinking with friends one night when we bumped into one of my ex's friends. We'll call him Joey. In my drunken, hyper-friendly, dumbass state, I thought it would be a good idea to go off with him and his two friends, Ron and Brad. I honestly don't remember their off to a good start, I see here. I thought it would be a good idea to go off with him and his two friends, Ron and Brad. I honestly don't remember their real names. To catch up, luckily, one of my girlfriends, let's call her Jill, was out with me at the time, and she reluctantly came along, knowing how drunk I was. She was also acquainted with Joey, so it may have made her feel more safe. We ended up at Ron's apartment, which was pretty close to the bar we had just left. The night started out harmless enough. Ron poured everyone shots, and then we all talked. I bantered with Ron, and Jill became comfortable enough to go off to the living room area flirting and making out with Joey. Ron showed us his panoramic windows, displaying the view of the city, then went on about the large sum of money he came into recently and how he was able to afford his expensive city apartment. He seemed like a genuinely nice dude, but I had no intention of hooking up with him. The showing off didn't help either. I was still feeling pretty drunk and flirty, so I continued to banter and chat with him anyways, despite his constant attempts to kiss and pull me close to him. Their friend Brad had been pretty quiet during this time, probably because he was ridiculously drunk, eyes glazed over and words slurring. He made the occasional joke or comment, but that was it initially. Then Rod mentioned something about boating, and Brad drunkenly started to tell us about his life. While I don't remember all the details of what he told us, again, I had been drinking, but was slowly sobering up at the time. I do remember that the way he spoke about his life made me realize we came from completely different worlds. This guy was most likely ultra rich. He spoke of riding private jets, yachts, going to insane parties with lots of cocaine. I said cocaine. Oh my god. You guys want some cocaine? I'll have some cocaine with that, please. Oh my god, man. God. What the hell's the matter with me? Cocaine, oh my god. This guy was likely ultra rich. He spoke of riding private jets, yachts, going to insane parties with lots of cocaine and orgies. Then he started talking about the movie American Psycho, specifically the scene with the business cards and how hilarious and relatable it was. That creeped me out, but I didn't think too much of it. If you haven't seen the movie, I recommend... Okay, I don't need to read that sentence. Is it... Why is this story just talking about a movie? Like, I don't care. Just get on with this actual story, man. I don't care about this movie. Then he started talking about the movie American Psycho, specifically the scene with the business cards and how hilarious and relatable it was. That creeped me out, but I didn't think too much of it. It's about an investment banker and serial killer. The scene in particular demonstrates the disturbing nature of the character and how out of touch he is with reality. Brad went on to discuss a guy he didn't particularly like and how insignificant he was in the grand scheme of things, and how people wouldn't think twice if the guy died. He talked about how he and his friends have the ability to make anyone disappear if they wanted to. He was almost laughing when he talked about how easy it was, and alluded that he had in fact made it happen in the past. That sobered me up real quick, and I glanced at Jill to gesture that we should head out soon. She wasn't listening too closely to Brad as she was preoccupied with Joey, but she had been staying pretty alert and nodded at my gesture. I don't know if Ron was really paying attention to what Brad was saying either, but I was glad when he changed the subject to something lighter. Then, when he said, "more shots," I knew that was our cue to leave. I declined and said Jill and I had to head out. Ron and Joey protested and tried to convince us to stay, but we swiftly made our way out of the apartment, down the elevator, and out of the building. I remember my heart racing as we ran out of there. I later found out Joey barely knew those guys, but then again, I barely knew Joey, except that he was my ex's friend. I was so embarrassed and pissed off at myself for putting me and especially my friend at risk for something so stupid and not worth it. I don't think we were ever in any real danger, that night, but I'm glad we didn't stick around to find out how true Brad's stories were. Okay then, that was an interesting one. I don't know if it's just me, I didn't really find that one too creepy, honestly. I don't know about you guys, though. Do you think bragging about cocaine and orgies would be the thing that would get her? Cocaine, is that made from the core of sugar cane? Oh my god, Dustin. That is awesome. The core of the sugar cane. Cocaine is awesome. Oh my gosh. I bet cocaine is awesome. We should have just a good old cocaine party, you know? Oh my god, I don't know how oh my god. Cocaine. Hey, you want some cocaine? It's pretty good for you, you know? Another story that's been deleted. Are you freaking kidding me, man? That's so stupid. Why do these people delete these stories before I even get a chance to read them? Why? I think you've created a new journal. I'm gonna. Oh my god. Cocaine. I'm gonna like trademark that. That's my thing now. I'm gonna make some cocaine for you guys. I'm gonna have a big old cocaine party. Just smash up candy canes. Yeah, that's what it is. You just smash up candy canes and boom, it's cocaine. Cocaine party. I know you're nervous-ish, but you're doing really well. Oh, thank you, Deb. Thank you, Debbie, Deb. Cocaine. You snort them. Well, are you even able to snort crushed candy cane? I don't know if snorting crushed candy cane would damage your insides or something. Just damage your insides, you know? Ooh, this is a really long story. Holy poop, this is a long one. This might be my last story of the day, guys. This is a pretty long one. It really does bring snorting smash up. Brittany, you're doing it again. You're making me laugh again, Brittany. Oh my gosh. Like, you could put those things in the blender and it'd still be painful to snort them, honestly. Can you imagine how much it would hurt to snort peppermint? Oh my god, I love you guys so much. Okay. Tell you what. I'll read one more story after this one. I'll try to find a short. This is the one I'm about to read is a longer one. And then I'll try to read one more after this one. I might try to stream tomorrow though. I'm gonna probably do a gaming stream maybe. I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm not funny. Brittany, no. You are. You are absolutely hilarious, Brittany. I've always been good friends with one of my cousins, Cole, who is the same age as I am. The two of us were not quite wait. I've always been good friends with one of my cousins, Cole, who is the same age as me. The two of us were not quite inseparable, but we always did get along very well together, and were often found together, both in school and outside of it. When we were 12 and in the 6th grade, I was hanging out with Cole on a Friday afternoon around the later part of May, and we were psyched at the start of the weekend. We'd wound up at his house, since he didn't live too far from me, and at one point my mom called to say that our grandpa was in the hospital. While the issue with our grandpa wasn't expected to be life-threatening, he was being kept at the hospital overnight for observation, and both my parents and Cole's were planning on staying with him and Grandma at the hospital. Since my mom and her sister were two of their siblings who lived close by, I was told that I was given the okay to stay at Cole's house for the night, with Cole's 15-year-old brother Hunter being in charge while our parents were away. This was fine by us. I got along well with Hunter, and he was never the bossy older brother/cousin that some of my friends said they had to put up with. We ordered out for pizza and enjoyed goofing off, as boys that age tend to do. At around 9 or so, there was a knock at the front door, and Cole went to answer it. I was a bit curious as to who it could be at the time of the, at that oh my god. Tongue twister. I was a bit curious as to who it could be at that time of the night, and so I watched from a ways back as the door opened. Oops. At the door were two older guys. They said, "What?" At the door were two older guys. They said they were with the city and that they were investigating reports about the water pressure supposedly being bad in the neighborhood. They asked Cole if his parents were home, and when Cole said they were unavailable at that moment, which we were told to say to strangers if our parents weren't home, the guy started asking a bunch of questions. Sorry, my phone buzzed and I just lost my place. The guy started asking a bunch of questions about how the water pressure was in the house and if they could come check inside. Hunter came over at that point and politely told the guys that the water pressure was fine and perhaps they should move on to check on other homes in the neighborhood. The guys seemed reluctant to leave, but turned and walked away after Hunter started closing the door. After the door was shut, we looked at each other and shrugged, but didn't think too much of it. After that, we went back to goofing off. Eventually, we decided to go to bed. Cole and Hunter shared a bedroom, and we all agreed that I'd sleep in there with them, rather than hitting the sack on the couch or something like that, so that we could all talk while we fell asleep. And Hunter grabbed a... Jeez, man. Why? There's no periods in this sentence. Why can't people write? It's so stupid. Cole and Hunter shared a bedroom, and we all agreed that I'd sleep in there with them, rather than me hitting the sack on the couch or something like that, so that we could talk while we fell asleep. And Hunter grabbed a sleeping bag out of their camping supplies for me. When we got into their bedroom, they stripped down to their briefs, and I remember Cole had mentioned to me once, a while back, that they had started sleeping in just their underwear. Since I hadn't originally planned on staying the night, I hadn't brought anything with me from home as far as overnight stuff. But since I wasn't in the mood to sleep in my clothes, I stripped down to my briefs as well. Though I felt a bit embarrassed, even though we were all guys there, and I knew they wouldn't say anything or be judgmental. They climbed into their beds, and I quickly crawled into the sleeping bag, and after talking for a while about random stuff, we eventually fell asleep. Early the next morning, I got up because I had to pee, so I quietly got out of the sleeping bag and went and did my business in the bathroom. On the way back to the bedroom, I heard something in the family room, which was on the opposite end of the house from the bedrooms, in particular bathroom... which is on the opposite end of the house from the bedrooms, and the particular bathroom I was using. I didn't pay too much attention to it at the time, thinking it must be either Cole or Hunter, until I got back to the bedroom and realized that both of them were still there. Trying not to panic, I woke them up and told them I thought someone was in the house. They quietly followed me, and the moment we walked into the family room, we saw the two guys from the night before in there, and it was rather clear they were robbing the place. One of them started moving towards us as he pulled out a wicked-looking knife. The three of us promptly raced... God, man. The three of us promptly raced to the front door, somehow managed to get it unlocked and open, and we fled outside. As luck would have it, a cop was driving by at that particular moment. We quickly flagged him down and told him about the two guys in the house. The cop called for backup, and within a couple of minutes, several other cops were there, and they proceeded to enter the house, and after some searching, they caught the two guys. The cops figured out that the two guys must have entered from a window in a laundry room that had a broken latch, and had probably targeted guys, oh my god, man. Fuck. Are you kidding me? Looking at this computer screen is hurting my eyes, honestly. The cops figured out that the two guys must have entered from a window in a laundry room that had a broken latch, and probably targeted that house because while it wasn't empty, they probably realized that there were getting tongue twisters, man. God, what the hell's the matter with me? My mouth isn't working. They probably realized that there were no adults there, and figured that if we discovered them, we could be easily dealt with than adults. To add insult to injury, while we were waiting outside while the cops searched the house, both to get the two guys and make sure there was no one else with them, some of the neighbors came out to see what the commotion was about, and this included some kids who went to the same school as Cole and me, including a few who were in our 6th grade class with us. It was during that time that the three of us realized that we'd never had a chance to get dressed, so just like in the stereotypical nightmare, we had to stand outside in the full view of everyone, in just our briefs for what seemed like forever, before being allowed back inside. When we went back to school on Monday, Cole and I had to put up with some more... What? God, this story's so long. When we went back to school on Monday, Cole and I had to put up with more than a bit of snickering, stares, and ribbing for the next few weeks until school ended for the summer. Oh my god, that was really bad, man. I did a horrible job on that one. Wow. That was something else. What are you guys talking about? You guys are still talking about snorting peppermint. Oh my god. 2 stories? So that means I should do one more? Should I do one more story? Okay. I didn't do a really good job reading that last one, but I'll do one more story for you guys. Jennifer, you have news? What's the news? You did a great job. It was a writer who did a horrible job. Oh, thanks, Evil. I know what. Next time I need to bring some water with me. I don't know why I didn't this time. Do-do-do-do-do. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. Let's hope this person didn't delete their story or I'm gonna be mad. I think, yeah, okay, good, they didn't delete it. Next time, I'm just gonna, copy and paste the story, like, after I get permission from them, I'm just gonna copy and paste it on, Google Docs or something. Trying to find a bit of a shorter one. Okay, so one thing I need to remember for my next narration stream is I need to be better organized about these stories, so it's not taking me so long to find them. Dude, come on. I want English? Why is... Okay, this story isn't even in English. Come on, are you kidding me? Look, if you're gonna write a story, fucking write it in English. Are you kidding me? Why are these... No, I want a shorter story. What do you guys talk about? Why you no get water? I don't know, man. I'm just too lazy to get up. I mean, I'm almost done with my stream anyway, so... Oh, you're sending your ex back to jail, Jennifer. Cool. Also, oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention is back when I was still making normal videos, I did this thing where I would, on Fridays, I would post like creepypastas. So I'm thinking about getting back into that, where on Fridays, when I do streams, I'll read like creepypastas for you guys. Except it wouldn't be like every Friday, just because I wouldn't want to do that, I guess. But on Fridays, like when I do stream, I'll read like creepypastas for you guys if you want that, you know. Okay, this is the last story for today, guys. Winter! Hey, Winter. I'm about to read the last story for today, Winter, but I'm still glad you could make it. Quick background information. I'm 16 and lesbian, but that isn't hard to figure out due to my hair being cut super short and slightly buzzed. I was camping at a lake, but my campsite wasn't near the lake itself because my grandpa wanted to have power for his trailer. The nearest water was across the dirt road, not far at all. My little brother, who was 7 at the time, was swimming there. Then the people who had it reserved showed up, but they all said he could swim there still. Once dinner was done, I walked over to get him. While over there, a girl waved to me. Being polite, I waved back. Then she came over to me and asked my name and age. She was also 16, and her name was June. When my brother was leaving, I said bye, and she said, "You'll probably be back here, right?" I just said, "Maybe." I was eating breakfast the next morning, and June walked up to my campsite and waved me over to her. Not being rude, I went. She said, "Not gonna lie, I have been checking you out," which I took as a compliment because not many people find me attractive. Thinking back on it, it was a little creepy, not because I was only in my swimsuit, but because her campsite was not too far from mine for her to see me without walking closer to mine. She asked for my Snapchat, and I gave it to her. I always give out my Snap since it has much less I gave it to her since... God, man. Fuck. She asked for my Snapchat. I gave it to her. I always give out my Snap since it doesn't have much personal information on it. Her and her family later left that afternoon. A few days later, I was back home and checked my phone. I had no service or data camping, so I had days worth of stuff to go through. In my Snap, I had my usual things, streaks and friends snapping me. Then there was June. She had sent me almost 40 messages, both photos and texts. It wasn't anything weird or creepy, but she just kept luring me into complimenting her, saying things like, "I know I'm ugly, no need to tell me," or "How come I can't be as cute as you?" Then she started screenshotting anytime I text her back, even if it was a simple okay. I have since not added her and blocked her, but nonetheless, June, let's not meet again. That was kind of a dumb story, but I mean, yeah, she's kind of weird, but I don't really consider that a scary story. And I'm starting to feel Joel's frustrations when he reads a story on his stream and it ends up being a really dumb story. But at least it wasn't a story about a rat getting killed, you know? Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. Well, I think I'm probably gonna end it here. I don't even know how many stories I read, which I probably should have kept count. But thank you guys for coming to the stream and listening to my narrations. I'll try to do a stream tomorrow. I'll probably just do a gaming stream tomorrow, and then Friday, I'll try to do a stream on Friday, maybe read some creepypastas or something, but I don't know yet. Great job, now go rest your eyes. Yeah, I'll probably do that, Evil. Also have go in my room where I have fans on, because it's so hot in this room right now. Okay, guys, well, thank you guys for coming to the stream. I feel a lot better reading these stories on my computer, by the way, because I do feel like I did better than last time. I don't feel like I made quite as many mistakes as last time, but I don't know. So, probably I'll stream at some point tomorrow. So I guess just keep an eye out for that. And I'll see some of you guys tonight at Joel's stream and if Eric streams tonight too. So, thank you guys for coming out to my stream. And I'll see you